Greetings, LEGO fans! For this week's build, we're bringing it back to the Star Wars line with Darth Vader's castle. This is kit number 75251 at 1,060 pieces, and I find this subject pretty interesting because it hasn't really been covered in movies, but it's most definitely official canon because it's been explored in a variety of other media, and now in LEGO format, which makes for an unbox, build, so then I can review for all of you. So here we have Vader's castle, and this isn't just his summer home or a place he goes to escape when Palpatine's getting on his nerves. This castle is actually very important to him because it's specifically designed to help him strengthen his bond with the dark side, and it also has his personal bacta tank, which he needs to use quite regularly. Starting with the aesthetics, this tall monolith is mostly black with a bunch of gray highlights, working very much in the same color scheme as Batman does, who, in the LEGO movie, said,
"I only work in black, and sometimes very, very dark gray."
And this is all sitting on a rocky outcropping with a lava flow coming out the base, which is pretty standard for structures built on the lava planet of Mustafar. Along the backside, we can see this is a 4-story structure, with a little trooper standing guard on top, Vader's meditation chamber on the 3rd floor, the bacta tank on the 2nd, and a place for Vader's personal TIE advance to park in the little docking bay, which doesn't have any special feature of its own, but does have a bunch of columns in the same aesthetic as found in many other Imperial ships and structures. Over to the left of the docking bay, we have this little shrine with a Sith Holocron prominently displayed, mounted on a little pedestal, and flanked by 2 miniature dark shadowy figures. And just to the left of that, hidden in the wall, we've got a secret compartment where Vader stores his extra lightsaber. Over on the other side of the docking bay, first we find this little device, which I'm not really sure what it's for. But just behind that, we've got a bunch of little red studs, which is the extra ammunition for Vader's TIE advance, and also, hidden in the wall here, we have another secret compartment, this time hiding a kyber crystal. Just in case Vader loses his first lightsaber, his backup lightsaber, he can always make a third with this crystal. Going up the external stairs brings us to the second floor, where we find a little door, which leads us through his passageway right into Vader's back-to-tank room. This back-to-tank is very important to Vader, because underneath that dark suit, his body is very badly burnt, and he needs to use it to soothe his skin, which is constantly irritating him. And you might be asking, with all the technology they have in the Star Wars universe, couldn't they have done something about this? And the answer is yes, they could have. But Palpatine, not wanting Vader ever to have the peace of mind to ever retreat from the dark side and go back to the light, made sure that he always had a certain level of aggravation and irritation in his body to make sure that he always had the darkness within him. Getting him in and out of here is a breeze, as all you have to do is flip up the front part of the tube, grab Vader, pull him out, flip back down, and the tank is empty. And for the final feature of this floor, over on the left hand side, there's a little console, where Vader's life signs can be monitored while he's in the back of the tank. Moving up to the third level, we find Vader's meditation pod, just as we saw it in episode 5. And just as it was back then, the top half lifts up anytime Vader wants to talk to someone, or, if he needs to, go for a walk. Just to the left and a little in front of that, we have the holographic display, where Vader can talk to the Emperor, who is displayed here, another one of these tiny little minifigures, exactly the same as the black ones you saw earlier, except in a transparent blue plastic. And finally on the fourth level, we have an Imperial transport pilot, standing on this little disc, manning this little cannon, and keeping guard over the castle. I'm not too sure why they chose a pilot to man this cannon. The only ship that comes with this kit is Vader's personal TIE fighter, and there's only room for one in there. So, here we have a pilot with no ship. Speaking of Vader's ship, I think this is about the smallest you could possibly make a TIE Advanced, while remaining true to the original shape, and still having room to fit a minifigure within. Equipped with a pair of stud shooters, and a tiny little clip in the back to hold Vader's lightsaber, which is very important because once you fit him in here, you can see there's really no space for anything else. Which is just fine, because at this scale, what more could you ask for? And now to the minifigs, where we have classic Vader, back-to-tank Vader, a pair of Imperial guards, and an Imperial transport pilot. Initially, I thought the classic Vader minifig was just going to be another Vader minifig to throw in the pile with the other Vader minifigs I have, but having taken off his helmet, I can see this one is not quite the same. He's got a different face. This one is actually a perfect match for the back-to-tank Vader, except for, of course, his eyes are open. From what I can tell, these two Vaders and the Imperial pilot are all unique to this set, meaning this set has a little more collector appeal than I initially thought it did. And finally, this kit comes with one little mouser droid. As a display piece, from the AFOL perspective, I don't find this kit has all that much appeal. It does stand quite tall on a pretty small footprint, which is nice for display, but I just don't find it has the detail that I would like to have in my showpieces. But thinking of the junior LEGO fans out there, I think this actually would look pretty great in any kid's room, and they'd be really happy to have it. As a play kit, I find the set gets a fair score. A little TIE Advanced, a little fun to play with, fits great in my hand, the little stud shooters are very easy to access, which is a lot of fun, and the castle has a lot of scenes you can set up, so a lot of adventures to be had here as well. And as to the parts that come with this kit, I find this set scores very high. There's a nice assortment of nice, large black plates. The two large pieces to make the rocky outcroppings on both sides are very appealing. I really love the transparent orange pieces that make up the lava, and, of course, 3 unique minifigures, in addition to the 2 black and 1 transparent blue nano figure. That's just awesome. So, I believe that the junior LEGO fan out there will love this kit for what it is, and the AFOLs will love it for the pieces that it comes with, making this a great value for LEGO fans across the board.